Yo, welcome everyone. It's your boy Ikenga, and today I'll be teaching you guys how to bomb BandLab and take yourself and your homies out of poverty. Yes, you heard me right. The methods and the tricks I use on BandLab, and I'm also going to be dropping some few presets under this post. So first of all, before you jump into BandLab or before you conclude that BandLab is ass, sorry, before you conclude that BandLab is shitty, that's because of your, first of all, your delivery. Maybe your vocal delivery is bad. So before you can master BandLab, you must make sure you deliver when you want to deliver. So first of all, if you're on iPhone, if you're on Android, I recommend you to get a good earpiece that has a good mic. And if you're using a laptop, if you also have a sound card and a good mic, you can use it for BandLab and record quality vocals before mixing. No matter how bad your vocal delivery is, mixing cannot fix it actually. So you have to make sure your delivery is good to go. So let's jump into this lesson without wasting much time. Yeah, so guys, this is BandLab interface and I already uploaded my beat and I already recorded this vocal on it with the backup and the ad-lib adages. So right here, this is the raw version. There's no effect, there's no auto-tune on it yet. Everything is still very raw. So first thing I do is to make sure the volume is balanced. The volume of the lead vocal is balanced and the beat is also a little bit lower than the lead vocal, because the beat is already mixed and mastered, so you don't have to make it louder than your vocal to avoid your vocal being lower than the beats, and the listeners will complain about that. So yeah, I already have my vocal is already is well delivered, so I'm gonna let you guys hear it.
Man, I be working for a very long time. Make I forget the money. Life is getting very tough now. Now I day on a low key. All my life I've been fighting demons. All my life I've been fighting.
So that's the rawness. First of all, what I do first is to go to auto pitch and allow and put it on classic, and then I'll reduce it. I usually use 70% of the auto pitch, or sometimes I leave it at 64. First of all, let's hear it.
Man, I be working for a very long time. Make I forget the money.
So yeah, I do the same thing for the backup too. I'll do like, let me leave it this one at 67. Let me leave this one at 60, 67. Let me just leave it as 66. It's still the same amount, just a little change. So yeah, after that we'll go to creating the effects. So I click on effects. You can see there's a lot of effects here. There's a lot of presets, the ones I've already done and the ones that are already in pre-made in BandLab. You don't have to use any of this because you are building from scratch, so you have to like create your own. Or if you are using a preset, you have to also make changes to the preset. So you don't just put a preset on a vocal and expect it to work like magic, because the person that did it for a different vocal, so you have to like create your own and master it. So the first thing I do is put EQ is to equalize your vocal and make it smooth and make it sound balanced with the beat. So here you make your changes by listening to your vocal and knowing what works for your voice. It's on the low. You have to remove the low frequencies, the mid frequencies and the high frequencies, and the sweep is for like to make it be at a position. So
I be working for a very long time. Make I forget the money. Life is getting very tough now. Now I day on a low key. All my life I've been fighting demons. All my life I've been fighting wars. Mama said I'm a born survivor. Already know that I have a God. I'm the greatest. Man, I be working for a very.
so yeah, and the next thing I use is a compression. So BL, after equalizer you use compression. So I use this BL compression. Is my favorite compression here. So the impute here is for imputing the value of the compression, and you all know the work of compression is to make a vocal balanced, is to make a vocal be at the same level without some parts being louder than some other parts, so it makes everything balanced. Major things that you need in mixing a vocal with to a song or a vocal is compression. So compression is used to give that consistent sound.
A long time, make I forget the money. Life is getting very tough now. Now I day on a low key. All my life I've been fighting demons. All my life I've been fighting wars. Mama said I'm a born survivor. Who already know that?
So yeah, I will leave it at 7.5. And the next thing we need here is the noise gate, but I'm not going to use noise gate because of a lot of you may record in a noisy background and you need this to like reduce too much noise. So I'm not going to like touch it because there's not lot of noises in my vocal, so I'm going to leave it at 5 ms. I'm going to leave it at this threshold or reduce the threshold a little bit. But then if your voice has too much noise, you have to experiment with this and use the release and use the you can turn it up to 76 to look for where there's a lot of noise and you reduce the noise.
I record, I'm the greatest. Man, I be working for a very long time. Make I forget the money. Life is getting very tough now. Now I day on a low key. All my life I've been fighting demons. All my life I've been fighting wars. Mama said I'm a born survivor. Who already know that I record? I'm the greatest. Man, I be working.
So yeah, the vocal is coming back to be smooth. We are getting there. So the next thing is the reverb. The reverb, y'all know what the reverb do is to add some kind of room to your voice, to add echo to your voice. So I usually use either space maker, univerb or studio reverb. So today we are going to be using studio reverb. So I'm going to use studio reverb. The mix is to add the amount of echo or reverb you want on your vocal. So let me raise it for you guys to hear how it sounds when it's too much. So that is quite much. You have to reduce it because less is more.
Life is getting very tough now. Now I day on a low key.
That's good. So next thing is also to check the size and listen to your vocal to know what works. You don't have to like use the same settings I'm using or the same number or the same mathematical number I'm using here. You have to like play around with with all this effect I'm listing here. You have to play around with it, listen to it on your vocal and know what works.
All my life I've been fighting demons. All my life I've been fighting wars. Mama said I'm a born survivor. Who already know that I record?
So that's nice. The next thing is delay. The delay is used to add some studio spice to it. You know what delay does. A lot of you that has musical knowledge know what delay does. It's used for feedback and for your feedback of your voice to sound like there's a reply back or a playback, something like that. So right here I must make sure I set the bit rate from the timing. I make sure I set the bit rate to 1/2 because that one will make it match with your beats when it is played back. And this mix is used for the volume of this very filter echo, the volume of the reverb, of the playback, or the delay. So yeah, and this next one is the feedback. Is how many times you want the delay to like give you feedback.
I'm the greatest. Man, I be
Let me
working
increase
for
for you guys to hear how it sounds.
a very long time. A very long time. Make I forget the
Too
money.
much, you have to reduce it. So let's reduce it to 11 or 13.
Life is getting very tough now. Now I day on a low key. All my life
So yeah, and so we also have to cut it off. The cutoff is like to either make it sound original or make it sound like microphone effect, or just make it be somewhere else. Maybe we don't want it to be too loud, or we don't want it to sound like the lead, the original. So we have to like use this cutoff, and make sure you're listening to your vocal and you're experimenting with it, and you know what works.
Been fighting demons, all my life I've been fighting wars. Mama said I'm a born survivor, nobody know that I have a God. I'm the
Cool. So going. Let me go back to BL compressor, because I heard something and I need to reduce it. I think I need to reduce the output to 1.3 dB, and I need to reduce the input to 5.8, and I need to increase the attack to 2.7. So I want a fast release. So maybe let me drop it around 1.6, and let's listen to this again.
man, I've been working for a very long time. I can't forget the money. Life is getting very tough now. Now I day on the low.
So cool. So let me go back to the EQ and maybe increase the low end a little bit to give it more, or to make it sound like myself more, because I feel like it's too cut off.
All my life I've been fighting demons. All my life I've been fighting wars. Mama said I'm a born survivor.
So that's cool. The next thing I'll be adding here, the next thing I'll be adding over here is the diminution B. I always use this diminution B because it has some extra extra gain to your vocal. It makes your vocal full. So you just add it from here. Add 2. I usually use 2, so I recommend you to use 0.22. So next one is the DSR, and the work of the DSR is to actually remove any S sound. If there's too much of S sound in your recording, you reduce it. First of all, let me show you what the write-up is showing. Let's search for DSR again. So I'm looking for DSR again. So this is DSR. It removed the S sibilance. Too much. When there's too much S sound in a vocal, this is what you use to reduce it.
Nobody know that I have a God. I'm the greatest man. I've been working for a very long time. I can't forget the money. Life is getting very tough now. Now I day on the low key.
I feel like it's not too much, so I have to like reduce the frequency. I need like to correct the S sound to be more present.
My life I've been fighting demons. My life I've been fighting wars. Mama said I'm a born survivor. Nobody know that I have a God. I'm the greatest man. I've been working for a very long time.
So yeah, increase the input here a little bit. So guys, I'll make the this is the list of the preset that you need, the preset tools that you need to make a preset. The first one is EQ3M, and the second one is the work of the before I move to the second one, the work of the equalizer, like I told you, is to equalize your vocal and to make it balanced, to make it balanced with the beats, like maybe the low end, the mid, and the high, and the mid sweep, to balance it. The diminution B is to add a little bit of more depth, more fullness to your voice, and then the DSR is to remove all the too much S sound, and the BL1176 compression is to compress your vocal and make it smooth and consistent without some parts to be loud and some parts will not be loud. So, and the next one is the noise gate. The noise gate is used for noise reduction. In case there's too much noise in your background, you use this noise gate. The attack is for like reducing attacking the noise, and the release for releasing the noise, and the threshold is to decide the threshold of the noise. So the next one is the studio reverb. Like I told you, it's used to add room. It's used to add echo to your vocal recording. It's used to add echo, like you guys call it. But what I would like to see it does, it like add room, some kind room to your vocals, and you don't have to use it so much to avoid the moody sound. And the next one is the filter echo. Filter echo is the delay of BandLab for your vocal. As you can see, filter echo plus delay. It is used to like bring the delay, the playback that you usually hear in recorded in mixed songs. So let's listen to this overall sound and know what we have.
Man, I be working for a very long time. Make I forget the money. Life is getting very tough now. Now I day on a low key. All my life I've been fighting demons. All my life I've been fighting wars. Mama said I'm a born survivor. Already know that I have a God.
Guys, that's it. That's how to use BandLab and the list of preset tools that you need to create your preset. Or I'll also drop this my preset on the link on this video below, so you can download this preset and use it for your songs. While you have to make some twist to it, like yeah, you have to make it match your own vocal by making a twist, tweaking it to your own taste. So that is how to use presets on BandLab. So yeah, don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to share this video to your guys to learn how to use BandLab today and get themselves out of poverty. And for the next update, I'm going to show you how to use BandLab on your PC, on your laptop. Yeah, and make quality songs that compete with the mainstream songs.